Now then, Twitch and also YouTube, welcome back to episode number 14 of Thaumcraft and Botania Unite Series 2. So, but basically guys, in the last episode we went through a brand new pack that's going to be coming to my Patreon channel. No. It's going to be coming to my Patreon server that I've got running at this moment in time. That will be coming at the beginning of September. If you want to get into that, guys, it is the $5 and above that will give you access to the Patreon server. So please keep it in mind. All the links you will need are in the description below. Don't worry, buckwheat. This series will still continue, I can promise you that. In fact, today we're going to be entirely in this world today, guys. Don't you worry about that. We're still fixing little bits and pieces of problems that we've got in the TC and B pack for the Garden of TC and B, should I say? We're still fixing some problems out there to do with the Eldritch side of Thaumcraft and the ability to be able to get into that without completely destroying your entire world. With it being a skyblock, it's quite difficult. In the last episode, that has gone live on YouTube. The comments have been saying about this that I just need to, rotate this 180 degrees. I actually did that in the last episode, so you should have seen that. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. So the emptying Essentia is now faced out towards the rest of it, and the filling Essentia is also faced out towards the rest of it, and hopefully it will be able to do that. However, today, guys, and I don't know whether or not I've got access to this. I saw this when I was messing around in my world for the Garden of TC and B, but I don't know if I've actually got access to this just yet. I have. Okay, Essentia mirrors are probably going to be what I want to get into, guys, to be able to make this system and this lot of jars just a hell of a lot easier to be able to get hold of, guys. We can go ahead and place one of the mirrors, should I say, above the infusion altar, and then it will filter everything into the runic matrix that it needs. And the other mirror that we've got, we can put in a room with all of this sort of stuff, so it can pull all the jars, so it can pull from all the jars into the mirror and then out of the mirror into here. That is what we want to be doing for this episode. So, without further ado then, guys, the arcane lamp is next. We need to do this to be able to move forward. My laboratory seems to be quite gloomy of late. I should find a way to light it more effectively. To do that, you need an observation of artifice, and you need to have found lux. We've found both of these quite easily, and that will give you access to the arcane lamp, which is very easy to craft. It's just some iron plates with an amber block with air and ignis in the middle, and that gives you the access to lamp of fertility or lamp of growth, and also mirror magic. I don't know if there's a mirror actually on there, but it seems that there's no sort of little icon on there at all, which is a shame. My Thaumonomicon provides some tantalizing hints that mirrors have many mystical uses. One such use is the ability to link physical locations via mirrors and the use of sympathetic magic. The book does nothing more than provide hints, however. As usual, I will have to figure things out myself, which is not a surprise. We need a theory of artifice, which we've got. An observation of artifice. We need an ender pearl and mirrored glass, so we need quicksilver and a glass pane with aqua and ordo. I'll get that sorted in a second. And, of course, the ender pearl. But we need to have studied teleportation, which I would presume is probably ender pearls, but I could be completely and utterly wrong about that. For a second there, I thought that cow was in the ground. I thought it was in the ground. Oh, that reminds me, actually. I've got to go over to the Thaumcraft base to get one of the crystals that I need. I believe it's an Ordo crystal. If we've got one of these floating around, hopefully we do. We do indeed. Okay, that's great. So, let's go back to the best aura, even though it's not really the best aura anymore. I know it's getting back up there, which is good. So we need both of these in there. We need a quicksilver drop along with a glass pane, and that will get us the mirrored glass that we need. I've got one single ender pearl left, so that should be enough to complete this. So we've got that. Nice. And that now works. I'm now able to enchant a pair of mirrors that act as doorways between to the void between worlds. Anything shoved or piped through one mirror will pass through this strange realm and emerge from the other mirror, even across dimensional boundaries, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, this realm is extremely hostile to mortal creatures like myself, so using these mirrors to transport living creatures is not yet possible. To link a pair of these magical mirrors, you simply need to place them in a desired location. You can then right-click with the second mirror on the one that you placed, and the pair will become linked. This is very similar to the first one that we did in the first series. In fact, it's exactly the same. So, to make one of these magic mirrors, it doesn't have an icon by the looks of things, which is disappointing. But to make a magic mirror, you need gold, an ender pearl, which is fantastic. Now I need to kill some more endermen, and mirrored glass in the middle there. It's negligible instability, which is nice to see. We need mortis, permutation, tenebrae. So, that's easily got. That can be got, guys. But what we want is Essentia mirrors. Now, these are the main things. And to do this, we need a theory of artifice, which we don't have. So, let me go ahead and go to sleep, guys. And then we will go ahead and take a look at getting the theory of artifice. And then we can move forward and get the Essentia mirrors. And a couple of minutes, well, I say minutes, a couple of theories later, we now have the ability to have a theory of artifice, which is actually pretty good. In the last run of research I had there, in the first run I didn't manage to unlock one, but in the second one I actually managed to unlock two, which is quite nice. So we'll go ahead and complete this. We've now got access to the magic mirrors, which I absolutely love this. Essentia mirrors, like their name implies, can transport Essentia in the same way that magic mirrors transport items. There are a few important limitations, however. I cannot pipe Essentia directly into the mirrors. They are only able to transport Essentia that has been drawn from a source towards something like an infusion matrix. In effect, the mirrors allow these things to draw Essentia from sources via the mirror. Like item mirrors, these mirrors cause great stress to the magical aura and will generate flux, which is not exactly what we want, guys. I'm hoping that we can get something that will sort that out, but we'll see. We'll see how it works, guys. But the Essentia mirror is, well, it's exactly like that. Iron ingots instead of gold, mirrored glass, and ender pearl. We need two of these, of course. Instability is minor, 25 aqua, 25 mortis, 25 permutatio. The problem is ender pearls, guys. I'm going to have to go on an old killing spree here of some endermen at night time if I can, and be able to get some sort of ender pearls. Now, it would be nice, actually, to be able to get a spawner of endermen. Like I did in my first series, I got a spawner of endermen. It made things a hell of a lot easier for me. So if I have a look at soul shards, how many is it to get to tier 1? I've got to kill 64 endermen to be able to... I don't think I've even seen 64 endermen to kill them, guys. So that's what the main issue that we're currently standing at the moment. I suppose the only way to really do it is to go to the end. And to go to the end, of course, we need ender pearls to be able to make the ender eyes that we need, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to hang around until night time. I'm going to try to kill as many skinnies as I possibly can. And when I've done that, hopefully I've got enough ender pearls to be able to make these Essentia mirrors. But hopefully, if I can get a few more ender pearls as well, I can try to find the end. If we can find the end, we can get into the end, guys. We'd have to fight the Ender Dragon. We do not have to, I don't suppose. No, we would have to fight because we'd have to find us way back. But yes, so we'd have to be in a sort of situation to be able to do that, and I don't think I really am at this moment in time, guys. Anyways, let's see what nighttime can bring. Well, that's a shame. We've managed to get Soul Stealer 4, Knockback 2 and Bane of Arthropods 5, as well as Unbreaking 3. It's decent, but it's not what we want. I wanted a looting sword, guys, especially if we manage to find some endermen kicking around. I've seen absolutely nothing spawn, guys. It's very annoying. Nothing has spawned up to this point in time. However, what we will do is we will try to craft ourselves... I do believe... Yes, we do. Now, where's my sticks? I'm sure I had a couple of sticks. There we go, look. I'm going to create yet another one. It will be a diamond sword. What I'm also going to do, guys, is I'm going to create a couple of stone ones, just in case I get enchants that I don't actually want. And we can put them on a stone sword and hopefully get to the one that we want, which is, of course, looting 3, guys. If we can get looting 3, then we will be looking pretty good when an enderman does cross our path. But at the moment, nothing is spawning. I haven't... Right, let me just have a quick look. Difficulty 2, which is a normal. Oh, I must have had it on peaceful, because now they've just started spawning, guys. That's a shame. Alright, so let's have a look on here. Sharpness 4... But it doesn't say what else there is. Oh, we're 1 level short, actually, on that one. Which is a bit annoying. Right, let's just get rid of that. So that's that. looting 3. There it is, guys. Now, if we don't actually put anything on anything else at this moment in time, then we should be absolutely fine. We just need to go out and get 30 levels. I have 30 levels now, however, I can't sleep because there are monsters nearby. Let's go ahead and sort this out once and for all. Oh my lord, there's a lot of them. I thought I killed all of these. Ah! Can you leave me alone, please? With ledge. Right, lovely. Oh, there's still a skeleton. There's actually a zombie in my garden as well. Right, quickly, can we get in and... Yes, we can. Lovely. I am absolutely peppered with arrows, guys. But it's okay. It's okay. They should now start to die. Which he is. Let me help him on his way. Now we should be able to go ahead and get looting on our sword, which is going to make things a hell of a lot easier when it comes around to night time for the next time. Hopefully we can get some... it's that one, isn't it? And then looting 3, smite 4, unbreaking 3, and soul stealer 4 is a very good sword to have. And hopefully now, guys, we can go ahead and get some endermen. Now, I have noticed that there's a couple of red blobs kicking around. These are not exactly what I want, but I'll take. And hopefully we can see some endermen, which we can't, actually. That's really annoying, guys. That is really very, very annoying. Because I was hoping there would be some endermen. But it's okay. We can wait till night time once again and hope that we can go and get some endermen. Here we are, guys. We've got a skinny. We're underneath the tree. It can't get us. Hopefully. Oh, yes. Woohoo! That is exactly what we want, guys. That is enough for me. And what we can do with this, guys, just pop that door shut, go to sleep, and we have enough ender pearls now to be able to craft those mirrors that we are so desperately after. We've got 4 ender pearls just from that one. That is fantastic news. That is really, really good stuff. And there might be some stuff left over. Now, the good thing about doing this, guys, is I have quite nicely stocked up on zombie brains once again. We'll have some more in the chests in there. But I have stocked up on some more zombie brains, which is great. But now it is time to get into the Essentia mirrors. These things, guys. The Essentia mirrors, which is 3 iron, 1 of the mirrored glass, 1 ender pearl, and oops, that is nearly my death right there. That's interesting. As all that stuff just flying all over the place. And I could see it. I knew it was there. I just didn't take it into... I just didn't think that it would pop over and see me so easily, like it just did. But it's okay, guys. It's okay. So we need 3 iron. 3 iron, 1 ender pearl, which we've got, and this mirrored glass. Did I use that mirrored glass, by the way? Don't know if it took it. I think it might have taken it from my inventory. It's not a problem. We've got more stuff to be able to use anyway. For some reason I had some... Is it in here? Yeah, I had some aqua in this chest here, which I'm really not sure about. I don't know why. But anyways, right, let me go ahead and get the stuff ready for infusion, and then we'll show you exactly what these do. Okay, so the trapdoors are nearly melted down. That should be enough mortis there to be able to go. Yeah, that's enough mortis. We should have enough aqua. That's 80 odd, nice, and permutatio, which is 76, which is pretty awesome. In the end, with the permutatio, I actually used dispensers to be able to do that, so I ended up with a little bit of excess of, well, pretty much everything, which is pretty great. So I've got a lot of new stuff in here. We should now have enough to be able to craft these 2 Essentia mirrors. I've got the 2 mirrored glass, I've got these 6 iron ingots, I've got the ender pearls, and I've got all of the available Essentia here to be able to do this. It's minor instability, so we should be absolutely fine to be doing this. Let's go ahead. Mirrored glass. Let's pop that onto the middle right there. Of course, we need 3 iron ingots, so 1, 2, 3 iron ingots and an ender pearl. And I think that was it. It's not exactly symmetrical, but I should think it'll be fine. Yeah, by the looks of things, that's all right. I should have the caster's gauntlet actually in my backpack, which is awesome. And we'd get that, and then there we go. And that'll take from this. We keep an eye on this. It's unstable currently, but it should be all right. I'm disappointed that it's actually unstable. Oh my god, we've lost something here, guys. It's, I think we're alright. Oof. Goodness gracious me. Guys, that did not go as planned. It's dangerously unstable. It must be around here, you know, and these candles and stuff. I will be making this a lot better once we've got all of our Essentia mirrors, which we should have one somewhere. Where is it? We definitely crafted one, didn't we? It's there. It's literally got no texture whatsoever, guys, is this Essentia mirror. That's disappointing. It's got no texture whatsoever. If we get rid of this, does that fall? It does. God damn it. Okay. Lovely. So we actually did that in the meantime, and that worked. So it's not that one actually. We need to take that one away and put that one back there. Alright, so now we need to wait for this thing to become stable again, which it currently is. It's nicely stable. We can go ahead and put our mirrored glass in the middle there with 1 ender pearl, and of course we've got our 3 iron ingots there. It's half. I think that's actually better off. I think that's actually quite stable. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 right there, which is pretty good. Let's go ahead and get this going, and hopefully it stays stable this time. Didn't we get... Yes, we've got the goggles, so that's pretty awesome. Let's keep our eyes on all of these and make sure that it doesn't pop anything off. Unstable currently, but it's starting to take all of the items. What happened? Oh, the iron. There we go. Woo! Guys, 2 Essentia mirrors is exactly what we are after. We've got Flux Flu as well, which is never great. Oh, no, that's terrible. So let's see. If we place this Essentia mirror down, it has a texture. Okay, that's good. That's good. Do I have it? I can't tell if I picked it up. There it is, the Essentia mirror. We've got 2 of them. So now we can move all of this setup that we've got here, as well as these. We can now move these as well on the sides here. We don't need these anywhere near this infusion setup. And we can put these in a completely different place. Because now we've got 2 Essentia mirrors, we can move things through using Essentia, which is a hell of a lot easier and better than the current setup that we currently have. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, we've got a little bit of a space here, guys, and I don't know whether or not this is exactly true, because in the Thaumanomicon it says that it has, transfuser that can take Essentia directly from a pipe network or other Essentia source and transport it to jars within 16 blocks of the direction it is facing. That one is the Essentia transfuser, the filling Essentia transfuser there, so it can transport it to jars within 16 blocks of the direction it's facing. Now, I don't know whether or not that means 16 blocks, so if I put it here, which it is definitely going to go, guys, and the thing is going to be on the front, exactly as it says there, if it's 16 blocks directly ahead, that seems to me like it's a massive amount of range that it's got. It seems to me like it's got a huge amount of range. But it's sideways that I'm not exactly sure on what this actually means. So it's facing this way. It's facing that way, guys. Does it mean it's got 8 blocks on either side? So I've got 1 here and then 7 forwards on either side. Or does it mean 1 and then 15 blocks of either side of which it's facing? So it's got 16 blocks in that direction, 16 blocks in that direction, and 16 in that direction. I have no idea. This is something I'll have to play about with coming up into the future here. But I've got all of my jars now placed. I just need to move this system. Alright, I've moved the system and I've got rid of this jar right in front of it here. I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but we'll soon find out. So let's test the range of this thing. I've got 2 terras right here. This is the only one that I can actually fill it. That one is properly full. It's got nothing left in it. But we do have some dirt blocks. We've got some grass blocks as well. But probably we'll go with grass, actually. That makes things a lot easier. So let's move this herber. And I'm going to test the length of the range. This is 16 blocks away from that block. And let's test this out. So we are going to put in our birchwood slabs, and we're going to put in 5 grass blocks there. It's probably going to look for terra first, which is not a problem. Now, we've got the terra one in our inventory. I want to see if it's going to catch it right there. It should do. It might need moving back one slightly. If that is the case. We'll pop that down there though. No, it has actually found it, guys, which is fantastic. We'll let that go ahead and do its stuff. Will it find the herber, which is right at the back there? It has. Oh my goodness, the range of this thing, guys. That's 16 blocks away, is that, guys? That is crazy. Right, so let's test this going outwards now. So this is 8 blocks away. Where's my herber? Oh, my terra, sorry. My terra is right here. So, if we're counting that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then one more would be 16 blocks. Now this is crazy. If we can manage to reach this, that would be mental, guys. That would be such a massive farm that we can get going. So, okay, let's go and try getting this glass block down. It should see it if it's already there. That's 16 blocks away from there, though. That's counting that as number 1. Are you mad? Oh my goodness gracious me. That's crazy. It can see that far. Wow. I was not expecting that. I thought it was 8 blocks on either side, not actually 16 blocks in whole length, guys. That changes things massively for the amount of Essentia we can store. Guys, just before it's night time here, actually, it's going to be night time first, so let's pop home first and go to sleep. There we go. There's one more test to do before I go ahead and lay out the floor for this thing. If we go back to the Thaumcraft base, I'm going to have to create another one over here for the just for the ability. Oh, what's that? It's an Essentia tube, just like floating in midair over there. So there's one single more test to do. We're on 202 Essentia here. That is to test out the very corner of this. So let's see if it can. It should be able to. If it's 16 blocks, if it's 16 blocks square, it should be able to find this absolutely no problems, guys. And if it does, this is going. I mean, look at the amount of Essentia we can store. If it is a 16 by 16 square, like I think it is, that's 16 blocks in that direction, 16 blocks, and look at this, the space that we've got to play with. These, I thought we had a lot of jars to start with, guys. This is the amount of jars we've got once we've put it onto our platform here, that we can actually put all the jars and it will still get caught. That is madness. The range of this thing is crazy. So the next thing we need to do is, of course, bring that over, and what we're going to do is we're going to place this on the opposite side. So it's going to be right here, guys. That little system there will take all the Essentia and create items for us. Will be on this side, so it will have access to the whole thing that's in front of it as well. So we don't actually have to do much more messing around with on that front, because it's just basically that, but on this side instead, which is pretty awesome, guys. So that one will actually need to be moved and placed right there, because that's where the thing is going to be. And I seriously cannot believe the amount of Essentia we can now store, guys, because this platform that we've got here, that eventually is going to be covered all in cobblestone, guys. I've got some cobblestone in my inventory to be able to start this thing off, but this is massive for us. This really is massive for us. Now let's move that. Alright, let's go ahead and sprinkle some Salis Mundus over that. That should craft us this. Now that is definitely the front, and then we should be able to put that on that side. And Bob's Your Uncle Fanny's Your Aunt. It's got access to all of any jars that we place into here in the future. It's exactly the same place as that one over there, so it should have the same range, just the opposite way around. So I'm quite happy about that. With this done, I'm now going to do the entire floor of this, I think, out in cobblestone, so we can see the range and all sorts of different stuff. Well guys, we should have this all nicely set up now. I don't know what the range of the Essentia mirrors are when they're going to pull stuff in. I don't think it's going to reach out all the way over as far as what the range of these guys can. We will soon find out though, I suppose. But it's all set up, it's all done. I did have a chest. I thought it was probably this one here actually. Yeah, there it is with all my food in. Lovely jubbly. So now we've got a little place, a little area that we can call home for all of our Essentia, our warded jars and stuff like that. It's about time that I got some labels on these though. I mean, crying out loud. It's been, I don't know how long. We need slime balls, ink sacks and paper. Slime balls are not hard to get. Ink sacks are not hard to get either. And neither is the paper, to be quite honest. So it's quite easy to be able to go ahead and make some of those blank labels. You get 4 blank labels per craft as well, which is pretty awesome. So we will definitely get that going. Going forwards then from here, we've got the Essentia transport. Now we've got a really good way of being able to craft stuff with the infusion altar over here. I think it's time that we sorted this infusion altar out so that we could see different things being put here to up the stability of this entire infusion setup, because at the moment it's currently not fantastic, it has to be said. It's not fantastic at all, and it's really letting us down, and I'm having to run around and try to get this sorted, and it's just not working for us, guys. So, why don't I take a look at what we can do, and I shall be back. I've been looking around, guys, in the Infusion tab, and I've just realised this. This is the first time I've actually noticed this. Infusion stabilisation. Infusion has proven to be much more unstable than I expected, that's for sure. Placing occult paraphernalia does mitigate the effects somewhat, but much less than the text suggested. I need to find a more effective way of reducing instability. Strangely enough, I think mundane technology might have the answer. It's well known that mundane power sources like redstone interferes with thaumaturgy. Of course, throwing redstone into the mix of an already unstable infusion is not the answer, but maybe there's a way, some way to harness the interface. So I need an observation of arcane infusion. I need a file of Vitium Essentia, which is not easy to get, guys. 1 redstone and 1 theory of arcane infusion, which I don't have currently. So let's go and get that bit sorted first. Alright guys, we're back, and we're just about to do some more smelting up of items, and I want you guys to see this. So Vitium is the hardest one to get, I think, that we can possibly try, because it really only comes in mycelium. Like easily obtainable items are mycelium. I don't know what this tainted tobacco pile is. Probably a good way of getting that. As tobacco pile, you still need taint to get it, and you get half the amount, so maybe not. But it comes in mycelium. I've got 38 pieces of mycelium with my wonderful Silk Touch shovel. So let's go ahead and put the mycelium in here and let that go ahead and pile out. Hopefully, and I think first and foremost, it's starting to build up that terror. Which, did I not put that down? I did put that down. So that will go up to 250, I have absolutely no doubt in my mind. We're going to put another one in there for when that does get filled up, which it did. So now it should start to go ahead and go into this one right here. Once it realises that it's actually there. There we go, look, it's started to go in, which is great. And from that one, we're not going to go ahead and put one down. I think it should be smart enough to work out, hang on a minute, just because that one's empty, I can put it in here first, I don't need to put it in here. Hopefully that's going to be the case, and it's just going to pile it all into there, which is going to be great. And by the looks of things, it is doing just that. So that one will be ready and waiting for mycelium, for the taint, when that eventually does start coming through. Have we... Oh, did I put it... I think I put it in my chest over here. We need that. Yeah, I did, look. Did put it in that chest over there, guys. That should have more than enough there. There's no one, there's untyped, but we should be nearly there. Mycelium only has Terra. Oh, it's got a little bit of Herba in there as well, but we've got some space over there for that. There it is. There it comes, guys. You can see the dark green of the Herba. And hopefully we should have enough to be able to craft ourselves, or be able to get ourselves enough Vitium to be able to pick that up in our Essentia for the file, should I say. So I think we've got some spare ones of them. I'll just wait for this to sort its life out though first. And it seems as if it's in there, but it's not noticing. There we go. It noticed it, guys. That's fantastic. Okay, we should be able to grab ourselves that file. I think we've got a few of them kicking around in here now. Metallum, let's get rid of you, actually. We should be able to find it pretty easily enough. There it is. Let's put you into there. So we've got a glass file now. We can go ahead and get 10. So we've got what we need to unlock, or should have what we need to unlock everything for the infusion stabilizer there. We just need a piece of redstone, which is really not that hard to get. Did I have any on me? No, I didn't. We're going to have to pop back home first. Pop our heads in the doorway, grab a piece of that out, and we should have more than enough now to be able to head and go and complete that, which is fantastic. Lovely. I have put together a device I'm calling, appropriately enough, a stabilizer. It accepts energy in the form of RF or FE, which it uses to create an interference pattern that serves to smooth out the interaction between magical objects and the local aura. The effect is highly localized, so the stabilizer needs to be pointed at what you want to stabilize. It has a range of 8 blocks. The stabilizer has obvious benefits when used on an infusion matrix, but I believe many more uses will reveal themselves. For instance, I wonder what effect it might have on the natural aura instability, like that caused by flux. So if we manage to, I think you can use the stabilizer to stabilize those rifts that we had. The issue is, I'm not entirely sure how we use this. So we get RF and FE. Does that have anything to do with what we crafted a little bit earlier, which I think I put up here? Or did I move it? I might have moved it, guys. Did I move it down to the Thaumcraft base? We created that thing, that Arcane Alembic. No, it's not in. Oh, there, the V's generator. That creates FE, right? Am I right in saying that? The V's generator. Where is the V's generator? When it's at home. Maybe it's an artifice. It is. V's powered generator. One more impossible thing to mark off my list, and it's not even lunchtime yet. I managed to generate mundane power using V's, though I had to cheat a bit to do it. It's a simple matter to turn kinetic energy into power, and creating kinetic energy with V's is Thaumaturgy 101. Using V's to turn an axle connected to a dynamo did not work, as some magical energy would transmit through the axle and cause all kinds of problems. In the end, I designed a special linkage using magnets and some clever engineering. This linkage would transmit the kinetic energy while not allowing the V's and mundane energy to transfer. Okay, so this V's generator, we need some sort of dynamo and an axle or something like that. Right, a crank. Now, handle. Shower handles. That's not exactly what we're after. Dynamo. That's dynamite sticks. So what the heck is it on about? It's here. Connected to a dynamo. So using these. In the end, I designed a special linkage. So this is the linkage. This is the V's generator. Using some magnets and some clever engineering, this linkage would transmit the kinetic energy while not allowing the V's some mundane energy to transfer. Fortunately, the nature of the linkage places some limits on the power that can be generated. The generator can only generate 10 RF per tick. It draws V's directly from the aura to do this, and a single point produces enough energy for 5 seconds of operation. So we've got the ability to make power. So if we stick this, say for example, I'm going to place it right here. If we create one of these things, these infusion stabilizers, so it's nether quartz, iron, brass plates, block of redstone, complex arcane mechanism. Oh my goodness, this might take a little while to craft. Let me go and grab some of this stuff, guys. In fact, can we make some here? I think I need more iron though, smelted. I think I have that in. Go home. I did have something. There it is, look. So if we go over to our Thaumcraft base, we're going to have to create another little thing for this little area over here. But if we place inside here a bit of iron, guys, we should be able to go ahead and craft ourselves the thaumium ingots that we need. So I've gone ahead and done that. Are you going to pull from anything? Oh. Right, so you. It needs precantatio. I don't think we've got any, actually. I think that's what we're missing out of this recipe here. It's precantatio. Oh, that's interesting. Precantatio. That's another one that's very hard to get. I think I was using Salis Mundus to get this, was I not? Let's have a look. Let's have a goosey gander. We can make it with thaumium spikes, but we need thaumium to be able to do that. Great wood smoking pipe. That requires Salis Mundus. So I think the best way of getting that is Salis Mundus, guys. So let me go and craft some of that. Alright, so the precantatio has actually worked. We've got 3 pieces of thaumium. Whoops, I'm chucking that everywhere. Now, we should be able to, hopefully, if we do that, we can deselect that really quickly, because we need more alchemical brass. So we can select that, and as you can see, look at it, it looks ace. It comes flying across like that. Now, the problem is, oh, it has precantatio in there. I'm not sure why. But we do need more instrumentum by the looks of things. Instrumentum seems to be a problem. There, it must have run out. So, flint is a good way of getting that. Let's go back home momentarily so we can grab some gunpowder. Because gunpowder is a good way of getting flint. Nice. And then, of course, we can go back to this. And over here, it's all working pretty well, guys. It's all working quite nicely. We just need to keep it going with this. So if we pop our flint into there, it should go ahead and there we go. That is now going to go into here. I presume we've got enough terror to last an absolute lifetime. That's probably going to be one thing that we do want to go ahead and void. We would want to get that into a void jar at some point. And there's the instrumentum. The instrumentum should then pop over here. Once it started filling up. There we go, look, the alchemical brass just like popped out in front of me. I want another couple of them. Wonderful. And as you can see, it takes its sweet time coming all the way across here, but it does in fact work. We've got the alchemical brass before this even gets into this thing, so it doesn't exactly work in real time as you can see it on the top there, but it works, and that's the basic thing, guys, because now we need enough to be able to go ahead and craft the infusion stabilizer, which we just need a few more brass plates. I've got some more at home, but we need a few more brass plates for these things, and we're pretty much there, guys. We need terra, aqua, and pedictio, so I will see you on top of the hill, guys. Ooh. 5% discount. I can't remember getting that, guys. I cannot remember getting that in the past. But 190 Vs it's going to use to be able to make this stabilizer. So let's make that, and then let's pop down to the Thaumcraft base over here. Now I'm wondering. It said it has to be pointed, so I don't know. Right, that doesn't connect. That doesn't connect like that. Does it connect on the top? It doesn't connect on the top. Right, it needs a generator apparently to be able to do this. How does one point it at it? Maybe we... Oh, hang on a second, guys. Hold on. Uno momento. Now it connects. I can see that. That's interesting. Okay, let's grab this out anyway. And let's grab this. So the stabilizer has to be pointed at the infusion matrix. No, that's not the stabilizer, Toffman. That is, in fact, the Vs generator. Beautiful. Okay, the stabilizer, sorry, has to be pointed at it. Like that. Is that correct? And then we've got that pointed onto it. But how do I know it's... Oh, guys. I can see it. Oh, look at it. It's doing all sorts of stuffs. I think it's taking it out of the aura, but I can't see. I've got my goggles of revealing on, but I can't see it. Let me go ahead and take this off, though. Because I don't want this currently doing that. But it's nice to know that actually works. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, the stabilizer can work with along with the Beast generator. So there's something else that we've got done now, which is great. I want to do one piece of infusion, though, for you guys, so you can see all this in action. Now, what can we go ahead? A cloud stepper. I don't want to do that, though. What can we make that we need? Infusion boosting. Oh, okay. Prove the function of the infusion. I should investigate this. I need 2 theories of arcane infusion. It was hard enough to get 1, so we'll leave that out for just a moment. Golemancy. Wasn't a brain in a jar something I had to do as an infusion? Plus, it could be useful, actually. Let's go home and grab a brain. I have a few of these kicking around now. There we go. So let's get the brain in a jar complete. So yes, I need 1 brain, 2 spider eyes, a water bucket and a warded jar with a moderate instability. Now this is very interesting. Okay, so we need 2 spider eyes. I do believe we've got all of this stuff. 2 spider eyes, there we go. A brain, which is awesome. I've got enough iron ingots. Do I have a bucket? Now this is the same issue as I had last time, remember guys. A bucket and floating around. I do have one somewhere. And I've got very little amount in the ways of iron to be able to do this. But I'm going to go ahead and grab another bucket anyway. It's a water bucket, so we should just be able to pop down here, grab the water out of there. So that's everything we need to be able to craft that. Just in the middle we need a warded jar. I've got one over there, so we can get this sorted. I need the Exanimus. I need other bits and bobs though first, guys, before I can do this. Let me get the bits and bobs together, and then we'll come back and we'll do that last infusion with our stabilizer and see if it makes much of a difference. And there's the last of the Exanimus going in. I would have thought like Rotten Flesh would have Exanimus in, but unfortunately it doesn't. We've got plenty of that though. I've put the rest of my zombie brains that I had in there. And they come with Victus, they come with Exanimus, and they also come with a lot of Cognitio as well, which is absolutely fantastic. I do believe we need that for this recipe anyway as well, so that's good. 25 of each. I've definitely got 25 census. I saw this earlier on. Yes, I do. Now, I'm hoping that this will be able to suck everything in from there. We'll soon find out though, as we put the water jar in the centre there. We've got water bucket, zombie brain, and then of course 2 spider eyes, one on either side like that. Now we are going to put the stabilizer on as well before we do this. There we go. That seems to be working quite nicely. It doesn't seem... I need a casting gauntlet, don't I? Where's my gauntlet gone? Did I put it away? I did. Should be able to do it. And hopefully, everything's not going to go crazy. It's unstable already. Dangerously unstable. Oh my goodness gracious me. This isn't good, guys. It's starting to come in though. I'm really disappointed at this. I thought that the stabilizers would mean it would make things a hell of a lot easier for me, but we're going to have to run around. Dangerously unstable. Something's blowing up somewhere along the line. We've lost something. A spider eye. It's right over there. Heal up. Take it. Spider eyes are going in. Oh, we've lost something over here as well. Have we actually completely and utterly lost that? I don't know what it was. We've completely and utterly lost... Oops, that's not what we want to do. We've completely and utterly lost the zombie brain, guys. We're going to have to go in here. Oof. Well, we tried to get the zombie brain, guys. You can see it all came through the mirror quite nicely, so I'm happy about that. Right, let's put that back. But one of these stabilizers does not work, guys. One of them did absolutely nothing. It really did absolutely nothing for us. We lost a zombie brain, and that is what caused everything to go mad. I thought it would have dropped on the floor for us, but no, it didn't drop on the floor either. It just got completely and utterly destroyed, which is not what we want to see, of course. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the end of this episode. We've managed to get a lot of things done today, namely this entire Essentia farm, which we'll have here eventually. We can you know, smelt everything down here and get everything done. We will certainly need to upgrade these to void thingies, void jars. That's the one. This works perfectly. This works perfectly. This doesn't work perfectly at all. We need more stabilizers. I think we need to make some more stabilizers and more of these generators, and you know, have 4 around each side. That might not be a bad thing, but we'll see. We will see. Let me know in the comment section, guys, if there's an easier way of doing that. It would be great if you could. And let's go ahead and sort that out. Brilliant. You shouldn't belong there, though. You go there. But yes, that's going to be it for the end of this episode, guys. As I've said, the Garden of Thaumcraft and Botania, if you really want to be in that server, guys, don't forget, links are in the description below, over to my Patreon. It's anything from the $5 level or above that will get you access to the server. There is going to be different rewards added to the $10 and $30 one. Those are going to be coming in the future. So keep your eyes on that, guys. But at the moment, it's only the $5, and that will get you the access to the server for the start of September, which is going to be awesome, guys. And I cannot wait for it. I cannot wait for it. I hope to see you guys there. But until then, I've been the Toff Man. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, stay safe.